The World Cup is hitting Seattle in 2026, and it's not just about soccer. This is a global event that is pouring billions into projects that will reshape our city forever. So think stadium upgrades, new neighborhood hubs, and transit that'll change how we move. These shifts are already shaking up the property values in ways that most folks have not figured out yet. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 biggest ways that the World Cup is transforming Seattle. Plus, as a bonus, I want to tell you where the smart money is moving before those prices skyrocket. Before we move on, if you haven't met me yet, I'm Sean McConnell. I am your Seattle real estate insider. I am out exploring these neighborhoods every single day, spotting opportunities that most agents miss. So if you're curious about how Seattle's changing or you're thinking about making a move, please hit the subscribe button. I drop new videos every week with insights that you will not find anywhere else. Okay, let's kick things off with the star of the show, and that is Lumen Field. This isn't just a quick spruce up for the World Cup. It's a $19.4 million overhaul that's turning our stadium district into a global stage, and it will have ripple effects for years to come. Okay, so they're ripping out the artificial turf and they're laying down real grass. It's the first time they've ever done it at Lumen. And this isn't just a backyard lawn, it's a high-tech setup. They've got underground heating, irrigation, grow lights, and they're doing all this to try to keep the grass pristine with the Seattle moody weather. And it's not just the field. Every seat is getting swapped for FIFA-approved chairs, even in the Hawk's Nest, where the bleachers used to rule. Add in new security gates, LED lighting, AI-powered cameras, and this is a full-on glow-up. Okay, so get this. During the tournament, Lumen Field becomes Seattle Stadium. And this is to meet FIFA's no corporate rules, with all the signs covered. And it's hosting 6 matches, 4 group stage games, including the U.S. men's national team on June 19th in 2026, plus 2 knockout rounds. And that is a big deal for a host city. Here's the real kicker. These upgrades aren't just for 2026. The city's already eyeing the 2031 Women's World Cup and the Rugby World Cups in 2031 and in 2033. This means more foot traffic, new bars, restaurants, shops all popping up around Pioneer Square and in the International District. And I'm already seeing the commercial rents in the area are starting to creep up a little bit year over year. Speaking of the neighborhood connection, I want you to hear about what's happening next door in SoDo. It's about to stitch our city back together in ways that we have not seen in decades. So SoDo is about to go from industrial backwater to Seattle's hottest connection point, thanks to a 5-acre plot called the WOSCA Site. This isn't just a World Cup pop-up, it's a game changer that's reconnecting downtown like we've never seen before. So the site, a leftover from that, is transforming into a fan hub for 750,000 visitors. So think event plazas, cultural exhibits, eco-friendly setups like solar-powered stages, and it's all tied to the C40 Reinventing Cities program. It's linking Pioneer Square, the ID, and SoDo, and undoing all the isolation that I-5 has caused just decades ago. They're rolling out AI-driven traffic systems, dynamic road closures, and secure perimeters just to handle all the crowds. And these improvements are going to stay post-tournament, cutting peak commute times by up to 20%. So after the Cup, this temporary hub becomes a permanent mixed-use development for housing, shops, green spaces, and the bids for that kicked off in the summer of 2025. So for businesses, this is a goldmine. Bars and eateries are already planning extended hours and World Cup-themed menus, with some reporting 15% sales spikes for smaller events, just like the Sounders games. So for buyers, SoDo is a steal. The lofts, the warehouses, they're going for $650 to $850 price per square foot. But this project, the values could double by 2028. So if you think that's big, wait till you see how downtown and the International District are stepping up to welcome the whole entire world. So downtown Seattle and the International District are gearing up for the global spotlight. They're expecting 750,000 visitors. They're expecting $920 million to be pumped into King County. And this is not just a tourist surge. It's driving permanent upgrades that are going to reshape the urban core. Here's the cool part. Hotels are booked solid 16,000 rooms at 100% occupancy during the tournament. To handle the crowds, the city's investing $10 million into pedestrian upgrades, new bridges, 20% wider sidewalks, lit paths connecting to Lumen Field, And these things are not temporary. They're staying, and they're boosting downtown's walk score from a 70 to a 90 plus. The International District is shining with the Community Liaison Program. Here's what it is. They are embedding experts into the community to try to help 400 plus businesses prep with all of the cultural events. They're setting up multilingual menus. They're offering grants to fund pop-ups and renovations. They're going to turn spots like Wajimaya into global draws. And the early tests are showing that All-Star Game saw actually 30% more foot traffic, and it's expected to double that in 2026. So for real estate, this is huge. Condos near these new paths are appreciating 8 to 12% annually, and this is outpacing the rest of the condos in Seattle. Some of these areas, blocks that were once overlooked, are about to become prime real estate, especially in the International District's cultural heart. But the party doesn't stop there. Seattle Center and Capitol Hill are turning into cultural hubs again, and that'll put the city's soul back on display. Seattle Center and Capitol Hill are becoming the World Cup's party central, with fan zones that'll draw 15,000 to 30,000 people daily from June 11th to July 6th, 2026. And these are not just watch parties, these are global events. They're showcasing everything. They're showcasing Seattle's food, music scene, the whole Seattle vibe. And Seattle Center is the main hub. It's got a $50 million renovated Memorial Stadium hosting jumbotrons, food trucks, a vendor village, spotlighting local artists, eco-friendly touches, and they're really trying to do this like zero waste zone just to keep up with the city's sustainability goals. This is Capitol Hill. They're going to lean into the nightlife. They're going to lean into the extended bar hours, the live music, the pop-up markets, making it a huge destination for international fans. And what's great is this is not just Seattle. This is happening up all across Washington. It's gonna fan zones in Bellingham, Bremerton, Everett, and beyond. You're gonna see that all the love is gonna spread statewide. These zones are a test run for future global events. Seattle better get it right. So we are trying to set Seattle up as the go-to host city. For investors, properties near Seattle Center, especially mixed-use zoned lots, are an absolute goldmine. The values are up 10% since the World Cup was announced. There's new pedestrian paths, which could push some of those prices even higher. And we've got condos selling again near Cal Anderson Park and Capitol Hill, and it's helping them move a lot quicker than they were in years past. But none of this works without a way to get fans into the city, which is why SEA-TAC Airport is the big deal right now. The makeover is the glue that has to hold it all together. SEA-TAC Airport, I gotta be honest, I've been there recently. It doesn't look great, but it is getting one of its biggest upgrades in decades, turning it into a true global gateway for the World Cup. And hopefully these changes are about to make the entire light rail corridor hotter for real estate. The $3 billion Sea Gateway project is wrapping up just in time for 2026. It revamps Checkpoint 5 with new security tech, bilingual wayfinding signs, and guides for global visitors. So here's what's great. You can expect staff to be fluent in dozens of languages, and we're expecting to see a 50% boost in customs capacity to handle this huge travel rush into SEA-TAC. Imagine 20,000 extra passengers daily. And so now the Link Light Rail has to step up. They've got to have extended hours and trains every 6 minutes during match days. The city is aiming for 80% of fans to use public transport, backed by travel helpers, people helping at key stops, and they're hoping that these upgrades, especially for the rail improvements, are cutting down on travel times from SEA-TAC to downtown by actually 15%, making it feel closer than ever. So for buyers, this is a game changer. Neighborhoods along the light rail, Rainier Beach, Tukwila, are actually seeing price growth, 7 to 9%. And I will tell you from personal experience, these areas have been overlooked for years, and they could be the next big thing by 2028. Okay, so there you have it. 5 massive transformations that are making Seattle a true world-class city. Lumen Field upgrades that are turning SoDo into a global stage, the WOSCA Site reconnecting downtown, pedestrian paths that are boosting up the International District, and paths that are boosting up downtown's walkability. You've got fan zones that are in Seattle Center and Capitol Hill, and the big focus on showcasing Seattle's culture. And of course, you have SEA-TAC's makeover, which is tying all of this together with the better transit. These are not just World Cup projects. They are rewriting Seattle's real estate map, and host cities like Vancouver and LA actually saw a 10 to 15% value spike in their key areas post-event. So Seattle is on track for the same, hopefully. So here's my bonus. The 3 spots where smart money is moving right now. Look to SoDo. The warehouses and the lofts are completely undervalued at $650 to $850 a square foot. But the shift to mixed use could double that by 2028. Look for this area, get in before the bids drop. Areas along the light rail corridor, areas like Rainier Beach, they are seeing growth 7 to 9%. This is going to cut down on transit times, and these are the new close into the city suburbs now. And it's time to come back into the city center. It's time to come out from the suburbs, Capitol Hill, Seattle Center. These properties will be moving much faster because of the new paths and the new walkability scores. We're hoping that the mixed zoning means long-term gains, but it's not going to last forever. These windows are not going to last forever. So if you're looking into this, you better start picking your area. Look for your investment now. And if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling or investing in Seattle and Seattle's changing landscape, my team and I, we're here to help you. Email us at sean.mc@compass.com. Let us find you the perfect spot before the World Cup rush hits. If you love this deep dive, please hit the subscribe button. Look for my weekly updates. I want to tell you about Seattle's hottest real estate trends. I want you to know which suburbs are booming. I want you to know what's changing in the city. And if you click the video linked here, you can discover my top pick for where to invest next. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will see you in Seattle.